Language, it plays an essential role in shaping a culture. Out of respect for this country and out of respect for Irish culture, I would still consider it my obligation to at least try to learn some Irish. Gaeilge, Cuivin is anam dom, and I am from China originally, and 2 years ago I came to Ireland for college, and at the moment I'm studying linguistics with German language in University College Dublin.
What drew you to want to study the Irish language as a non-native?
Well, I suppose Eamon de Valera, you can say, he was a foreigner and he had huge interest in Irish language. And Podgy Pearse, his father was British and he was very passionate about the Irish language, and these two men, they were very successful. So they were foreigners, but they kind of inspired many Irish people to take pride in the cultural heritage of Ireland. Part of the reason why I started learning Irish is the same as the reason why I studied Latin, because you can only understand the modern world and many of the words we use today through learning Latin, because many of the words we use today, they have a very long history. So the purpose of learning the Irish language is to attempt to truly understand the Irish culture from a very deep level. Because as you know, the Irish language contains within itself the culture, okay, the history, and all the ancient wisdoms that helped shape this language. And I think these things should not be thrown into the ashes of archaeological museums, but they should be kept in front of our eyes so that we can be constantly reminded of all those people who used this language before us. Language, it plays an essential role in shaping, in building up a culture. Out of respect for this country and out of respect for Irish culture, I would still consider it my obligation to at least try to learn some Irish.
As someone who's studying linguistics and Gaeilge, is there anything that you've noticed that's particularly unique or special about the Irish language?
Yes, I have noticed a few things that makes Irish language stand out. The phonology in Irish language is quite unique, okay? It's very unique, and I like the way Irish language sounds. It sounds elegant, it sounds beautiful, I like it. And grammar-wise, I think in almost all European languages, if you want to say I am, you first say I, and then am. In German is ich and bin, but in the Irish language, it's the other way around. It's ta me, okay, ta she. You can say that is very special in Europe.
So, what do you think of the fact that so few Irish people can speak their own native tongue today?
I think that's truly sad. But we have been witnessing the ongoing linguistic shift from Irish into English, even in the most remote, small villages in the Wild West of Ireland. Yeah, that is sad. But despite many efforts of local authorities and local people to maintain the so-called the purity, okay, of Gaeltacht, sometimes I do blame 700 years of British rule in Ireland. I think Ireland is a very fertile piece of land, okay, and with many good seas inside it. But British rule in Ireland is like a heavy snowstorm that has descended upon this good piece of land and depriving the good seas of an opportunity to grow. This impact is long-lasting, okay? And this is indeed a cultural invasion, with its consequence being the Irish language, the unique expression of the distinct destiny of Ireland and the expression of sovereignty of Irish people, erased, okay? Erased in order to make way for people to plunge into a brave new world. But I think it takes dramatic changes in people's attitude and collaborative effort to achieve an Irish renaissance, so to say, a Gaelic revival, okay? And I think to answer your question, I think the vitality of the Irish language indicates the health of national life. But unfortunately, Irish language is deemed as one of the minority and endangered languages. But hopefully the future generations would do what they can to keep the language alive.
Is there anything practically that you think should be done to help the Irish language to recover?
Good question. I think practical, that's a key word. You see, a lot of people from Gaeilge area, they have been pressurized mainly by economic necessities to move abroad or forced to speak English to find work. The thing we can learn from this is that we have to do what we can to make sure that similar things do not happen again. Irish-speaking communities should be supported in a very practical way. For example, their education, right? They should be supported. We should make sure that the language is actually passed on to the next generation. And outside Gaeilge, in non-Irish speaking areas, we should make sure that the Irish language is promoted. So at the moment, I think heavy responsibilities rest on the shoulders of our politicians and many of our Irish language teachers. But ultimately, the restoration, revitalization of the Irish language depends on each individual in Ireland. So I think there are many things we can do. For example, we can organize a book club, A book club. We can, a few friends gather together and read a book in Irish. Or a few friends go to a pub, We speak Irish with a few points. A few points help, And like small things like this we can do to normalize the Irish language and provide more opportunity for people to speak. Thomas Davis, he wanted Irish people to take more pride in their heritage. He wanted people to take more pride in the Irish language. And he was part of a movement generally known as the Young Irelanders in the 19th century. And I think that is the way I see Ireland. I think Ireland is at the same time ancient and young. Ancient in a way that it has all its ancient wisdoms and glorious history of Christianity. Ireland is a young man as well at the same time, because I can see Ireland has immense potentials. Ireland is very dynamic, very energetic.
Thank you so much for your time, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.